we're back at Disneyland.
Leave today and enter the world of Randomland.
Main Street, USA. Just look at it. You know, just a few months ago, I got to visit Walt Disney's hometown, Marceline, Missouri, which was his inspiration behind Main Street, USA. And one of the coolest things that we got to see in Marceline was the original bandstand / gazebo where Walt Disney used to watch all kinds of concerts in the park and created a lot of his early childhood memories. Which got me to thinking, if the gazebo was such a big part of Walt's childhood, why did they never build one for Main Street, USA? Well, it turns out they did. In 1955, when Disneyland was under construction, they not only planned for it, but actually built a gazebo right here in Town Square. The only problem was they realized if they had a gazebo right here, it would block that fantastic long shot, beautiful glimpse of the castle at the end of Main Street. Kind of like this pumpkin's doing right now. Just before opening day, the gazebo was actually moved to a little patch of open space between the castle and the entrance to Frontierland and became known as the Carnation Plaza Gardens. To the surprise and delight of many, the bandstand turned out to be quite popular, but it became pretty obvious pretty quickly that they were going to need to expand it and build a bigger bandstand because people needed a lot more room to, you know, scooty poot. Get jiggy with it. Bust a move! So just about a year after Disneyland opened, they moved the little bandstand out of the way and created this, the Carnation Plaza Gardens Bandstand, where all that swing dancing and all those classy date nights were held for so many years. Still exists today as the Royal Theater over here in the Fantasy Fair area, but it's a lot more purple than it used to be, which is fine because it matches her hair. See? Smooth. When they relocated the original Disneyland gazebo, now for the second time, they moved it to an area of the park that every Disneyland fan knows and loves, Magnolia Park. Magnolia what? Okay, so you don't know what Magnolia Park is, but that's okay, because nobody does. That's because it was basically a bare patch of land they stuck some bushes and benches into so that the gazebo wouldn't look completely awkward, wedged up against the back of the Jungle Cruise right about where the facade for Pirates of the Caribbean now stands. Now sadly, as beloved and as memorable as Magnolia Park was, in 1962 they decided to expand the Jungle Cruise and add in the elephant pool and also to build the majestic and glorious Swiss Family Robinson treehouse. So the little gazebo that couldn't anymore, and it had to go. Now rather than using it for firewood or throwing the whole gazebo in the trash, Disneyland decided to give it to the city of Anaheim, who very lovingly and very tenderly placed the gazebo in storage. But don't worry friends, it isn't in storage anymore, nor was it destroyed. So where's the gazebo now? Here it is, located just a few miles from the beach, the original Disneyland Bandstand. Right here in this upscale nursery called Rogers Gardens in Corona Del Mar, just a little ways from the beach and a lot of ways from Disneyland. The gazebo still exists. It's amazing to think that if this gazebo could talk, it could tell you stories about opening day at Disneyland. It could talk to you about the original Mickey Mouse Club, Walt Disney. Tell me tales of Walt Gazebo. The story goes that in 1975, with just 24 hours to go before chucking the gazebo in the trash, the city of Anaheim went out on a limb and decided to call up the owner of Rogers Gardens, a man I'm assuming his name was Roger Garden, and offer him a last-second chance to scoop up this gazebo. Luckily and thankfully for us, Roger Gardens must have accepted because for the last 40 years, this gazebo has been resting in comfortable retirement here at Rogers Gardens. She remembers. Obviously, a lot of things have changed at Disneyland since 1955, but it's not often that you can go somewhere outside of the park and see a piece of Walt's original Magic Kingdom. So this is pretty fantastic. Well, that's about it. Thank you for joining me on this look at a piece of original Disneyland history here in Corona Del Mar, California. Make sure you check out our website, livefastdiepore.com, for all kinds of weird stuff. Subscribe to this channel for some more zany adventures inside and way outside of Disneyland. And I'll see you guys in Randomland. Bye-bye! Swing dance, you gotta swing in the breeze. That's the word. Gotta use your hips and use your knees. But the bandstand was still located in Magnolia Park. It was only separated from the Jungle Cruise by this tiny little mound of earth and dirt, which means that while you were riding the Jungle Cruise, you probably heard the sweet, sweet sound of Dixieland playing from the bandstand. It went something like this.
World, Dixieland and jazzy dancing. You know, I don't know what you want.
Exactly like that. Tyler Evans? Tell me stories of Walt. It's weird to see it like this. It's almost like seeing a teacher outside of school, except for a teacher that taught way before I went to the school that I don't know, who also used to go to Disneyland, and then you run into them outside of school or Disneyland and they don't know who you are because they've never seen you before, but you've seen their picture on the wall of the office. It's exactly like that. Tyler, is this the most exciting place you've ever been, or the least exciting place you've ever been?
Japanese.
Oh no. Oh no, no. Get these pumpkins a doctor! Get them a doctor! Tyler!
Yeah?
We should come back here on the other channel for the Sometimes vlogs.
Do you think?
For the Sometimes vlog!
Something about gardens and pumpkins.
Good job, Tyler.
It's a store.
That's why everybody loves you. Loves you. I was just kidding back there, man.
They don't love me?
No, I love you.
Oh.
We're friends.
We are friends.
It's a thing.
Okay.
You ready to go though? Because it's weird that we're sitting in the car talking about love outside of the garden.
Nothing weird about that. Just
That's
two
true.
bros in a parked car talking about love.
Well, Tyler, I'm almost 18 years old. It's not like I've never parked before.
Got the windows tinted so no one can see our love discussions. It's not weird, it's private and personal.
I'm gonna take the bus.